All right, so welcome again to Military Guna TV. Thank you very much for joining me. And today I've just heard some report coming out of the Reggae Boyz training camp, and I don't know. I don't really know how to take this news. I honestly do not know how to take the news. I'm definitely wondering if I'm approaching it the right way. I am wondering, I should actually approach it, I should think about it, I should view it. Now, please, guys, remember to smash that like button and ensure that you subscribe to the Military Guna TV, as we have great content on a day-to-day basis for you guys. Now, let's get straight into the meat of the matter. Now, reports coming out of the Reggae Boy training camp is that Coach Tapper Whitmore is training with a 3 at the back system, and the 3 defenders that he's looking at is actually Damien Lowe, Leah Moore, and Adrian Mariappa. Now, there's so much ways we could look at this. First of all, we could say that he's trying to ensure that the defense is sorted out for it against the USA team. Now, if we should track back into the entirety of the group stages, one of our strongest aspects of the group stages was our defense. Now, why include more defenders when you already have a strong defense? I spoke earlier. I made a video today speaking about you guys can go and check it out. You guys can definitely go and check that out. Speaking about the mentality, how we need to change the mentality of how we approach these big games. Now, reports also came out that the USA team is switching to a 3 at the back system just the same. Now, if the reports are correct about the USA team switching to a 3 at the back system, it means that they are afraid. Now, why would we also would want to go to a 3 at the back? Are we going to this solely to defend? So let's track back. As I said, I made a video speaking about the mentality of us, how we approach the big games, and how we want to dominate, and how we want to allow other big teams to view us. Let's change the perspective of us, who we are, and what we represent. Now, how are we going to change that perspective if the mentality will always remain the same? Mentality around the team, mentality around the institution, which is the JFF, and also, most importantly, mentality surrounding the coach himself. Now, I spoke earlier about the psychology, football psychology, and the barriers which affect us to perform at the highest level. Now, let us remember that most of these defeats that the Jamaican team has faced, this Reggae Boyz team has faced, Coach Tapper Whitmore predominantly was a part of those teams. Now, is this a case in which he would revert back into a shell, saying that because of those incidents back then, he just cannot accept another defeat, so he'd go there taking the safe choice, which is to go there, sit back and defend? Is this an approach that Mr. Whitmore is taking? Because a 3 at the back system, yes, it can be an attacking system, but it's predominantly a defensive system. The 3 at the back system is predominantly a defensive system. So why would Coach Tapper Whitmore would revert to a 3 at the back system when in the entirety of the team, the entire campaign so far, you have been using 4 at the back, 2 fullbacks with 2 central defenders, and both central defenders, these guys are performing at optimum best, which is Damien Lowe and Leah Moore. Yes, Mariappa came into the team the other day and put in a stellar performance, a very, very good performance, even though we lost the game, but Mariappa came in and put in a good performance. No, the defensive pairing of Damien Lowe and Leah Moore so far this campaign has been rock solid defensive pairing. Now, why would you change that? Changing the defensive system, you are now going to change the mindset of the players. Are you going to tell the players to sit back a bit deeper? Are you going to tell the players to defend? Knowing the fact that we now are growing into performing better, as you guys saw against Costa Rica, we are trying to progress the football a bit quicker. If you were to attract the back system, you normally take away a bit of the creative element. We are actually suffering from creating chances, connectivity in the midfield. If you should revert and take away one of those midfielders out of the game and put them in and add an extra defender, You are taking away the midfield general connectivity. So if you have 3 before, now you're going to have 2. And I'm quite sure that you are going to be, Tapa Whitmore will include Hector in that midfield as well. No, you are actually crippling yourself, Theodore Whitmore, if this is the direction that you want to go. Do not change your system from my perspective. I don't think it's something that you want to change. USA, they're switching to a back 3 because they are afraid of what we can do. I spoke about the mentality of the players, but guess what? We have to speak about the mentality of the coach as well. If this is, if these reports that are coming out are highlighting that you are now showing a sense of fear. You cannot show that so early in the competition. You should stick to your system and try to perfect your system. You have a 4-2-3-1 formation going so far through the campaign. And yes, you have been reaping results. The performances that are not perfect, but it's in the same sense. Let's build on what we already have. Let's correct it. Let's get it better so that we can play proper football within that system. If you should change system right at this particular time period. We saw where it's to a 4-4-2 and interchangeable 4-4-2 between a 4-4-2 and a 4-3-2-1. No, 4-2-3-1, sorry. So this is not the right time for you to revert to a back 3. This will just make things a bit more complicated. This will definitely make things a bit more complicated for the players, because these guys were played in a back 2, a back 4, and they have that general understanding. They already registered in their mind the tempo of the game, and registered in their mind what to do, how to do. Now, yes, you have a few days of training session. Rather than changing the system and teaching the players something new that they weren't doing through this campaign, let's try and perfect what we were already doing initially, which was the 4-2-3-1 system, and get the extra additional pieces inside of the central midfield area. Midfield is our weakest point. And if you should revert to a back 3, it means that you're going to have 2 central midfielders. We already have lack of connectivity in the midfield, lack of movement, and lack of passing to the wingers and keeping the ball flowing. We already lack that aspect of it. Now, when you move to a back 3, if you should revert to a back 3, I'm telling you, you're going to see probably the poorest midfield play that we have played through the entire season. So, people, these are the latest reports coming out of the Reggae Boy camp that Theodore Whitmore has been trying out the back 3 system. Let's hope not that this is something that he's looking forward to deploy against this USA team. I am hoping not. But let's just think about it in a case in which maybe we're going up and he wants to seal the game away, then he will actually implement the back 3 system. I'm hoping that is the situation. That's what I'm hoping. So, people, as I said, these are the latest news. Mariappa, Liam Moore, Damien Lowe, back 3 system. That's what Tapa Whitmore is looking at. So we'll see how this one goes. Limiting the midfield, I'm not a big fan of that. I'm definitely not a big fan of that. So, people, many respect to you guys who tuned in. Military Guna TV, people, smash that like button and ensure that you subscribe to the Military Guna TV. Join the military squad for consistent, regular update on the Reggae Boyz team. And let's take this forward. We're going to defeat this USA team, and I strongly believe so. Mentality comes from everywhere. The players, the coach, the institution itself. But the coach needs to get it right. The coach needs to get this one right. This one right. Do not let this, because we're going to play against the USA team, and we're inside of the quarterfinals. Do not let this be a scare factor for you. It should not be. If the USA revert to a back 3, if they are scared, we should not show that level of fear. But massive respect to you guys who are tuning in. Smash the like button, people. Military Guna TV. This is my final say.